What if the answers to life's deepest questions have been echoing in your blood all along? What if your spiritual instincts, your dreams, your intuition, your connection to nature weren't just personal quirks, but ancestral memories whispering across generations? Long before borders and slave ships, before colonizers drew lines across the continent, Africa pulsed with 1,000 spiritual languages. Not just one monolithic faith, but countless traditions, each rooted in land, ancestors, and cosmic rhythm. The Dagara of Burkina Faso speak to the fire and listen to the water. The Zulu call upon Umvlinkanji, the sky god, and perform sacred dances to realign cosmic order. The Congo revere the threshold between worlds, mapping the living and dead through the cosmogram, but then tame the rupture. The transatlantic slave trade didn't just steal bodies, it attempted to erase memory, to break spirit. Enslaved Africans were baptized in foreign faiths, forbidden from speaking their tongues, punished for dancing, praying, or invoking the old ways. But spirit doesn't die, it transforms. It hides in plain sight. Enslaved people braided spiritual codes into their hair, hid charms in their clothing, and turned Christian saints into masks for ancient deities. In Brazil, Aksum and Yamanya were Catholic names. In Haiti, Legba passed through Catholic gates. In the American South, enslaved people gathered under moonlight to sing, dance, pray, and remember. This resistance gave birth to syncretic religions living spiritual hybrids. Candomblé in Brazil, Santeria in Cuba, Vodun in Haiti, Hoodoo in the southern US. Each of these traditions carried the bones of Africa, but also adapted, evolved, and responded to the trauma of slavery and colonization. They were not frozen relics. They were tools of survival, of healing, of power. In these spiritual systems, the ancestors are not gone. They are present, listening, advising. The veil is thin. Dreams become messages. Possession becomes communion. Drums become conversation. These practices recentered the Black soul in a world that tried to render it invisible. And yet, even now, African spirituality is often misrepresented, portrayed as primitive, demonic, or simply exotic, stripped of its depth, its science, its philosophy. But let's be clear, African spirituality is not superstition, it's cosmology, psychology, ecology, community therapy. These are systems that understand the soul as relational, not individualistic. They center the collective, the land, the ancestors, the balance of masculine and feminine forces, the harmony of seen and unseen. Take, for example, the Akan concept of Sunsum and Kra, your life force and divine destiny, or the Bantu idea of Ubuntu, I am because we are. These are not mere spiritual slogans. They are technologies for living. They're frameworks that challenge capitalist, exploitative, disconnected models of existence. And this is why they matter now more than ever. In the face of systemic racism, ecological collapse, and spiritual disconnection, African diaspora spirituality offers tools for resistance and for repair. Across the diaspora today, there's a resurgence. Black communities are reconnecting with ancestral practices. Young people are learning about Ifa, Vodun, Dagara divination, Congo cosmograms. Ceremonies are being reclaimed. Altars are being built. Drums are returning to the center. This isn't a trend, it's remembrance. And the internet has become a modern village square. People in Ghana, New Orleans, London, Jamaica, and Toronto are sharing rituals, language, and lineage. Spirit work is no longer hidden. It's being honored, celebrated, integrated. This isn't about rejecting other religions. It's about spiritual sovereignty, about decolonizing the soul. African diaspora spirituality doesn't require temples or dogma. It asks for relationship with your people, with your purpose, with the land beneath your feet, and with the ancestors who refused to forget. They crossed oceans, survived whips, endured erasure, and still they speak through your intuition, your resilience, your dreams, your dance, your rage, your joy. They are not gone. They are the river in your blood, and they are waiting for you to remember. For thousands of years, the wisdom of African spirituality has whispered through generations, adapting, evolving, surviving. Today, this ancient knowledge is experiencing a renaissance. People are rediscovering the profound truths it holds, truths that have the potential to transform our lives and heal our communities. Let's explore some of these teachings and how they can enrich our journey towards self-discovery and liberation. Connecting with ancestral wisdom. African spirituality places great emphasis on the importance of connecting with and honoring one's ancestors. Our ancestors, it is believed, are the keepers of our history, culture, and spiritual heritage. By establishing a connection with them, we tap into a vast well of wisdom, guidance, and strength. Ancestral wisdom holds the key to understanding our place in the tapestry of life, guiding us towards making meaningful choices that align with our true purpose. Embracing the power of community. At the core of African spirituality lies a deep sense of community and interconnectedness. We are not isolated individuals, but rather integral parts of a larger whole, nurturing a sense of belonging and interdependence, fostering mutual support and collective growth. By embracing the principles of Ubuntu, which emphasizes all of humanity, we can build stronger bonds and create a more compassionate world. Living in harmony with nature. African spirituality recognizes the profound humanity in the natural world. We are not separate from nature, but rather an intrinsic part of it. By living in harmony with the rhythms and cycles of the earth, we can restore balance, respect the sanctity of all life, and ensure the well-being of both ourselves and future generations. Celebrating the cycles of life. African spirituality celebrates the cycles of life, birth, death, and rebirth as natural and necessary phases of existence. Each stage holds its own lessons and opportunities for growth. By embracing the cyclical nature of life, we can find solace in times of change, adapt to new experiences, and honor the continuous flow of existence. Honoring the divine feminine. In many African spiritual traditions, there is a deep reverence for the divine feminine. The feminine energy is seen as a source of creativity, nurturing power, and wisdom. By honoring and balancing the feminine and masculine energies within ourselves and society, we can create a more harmonious and equitable world. Practicing mindful living. African spirituality encourages a deep sense of mindfulness and presence in everyday life. By paying attention to the subtle cues of our environment and the messages from our body and mind, we can cultivate a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. Mindfulness allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity, patience, and compassion, embracing holistic healing. African spirituality views healing as a holistic process that addresses the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of a person. It recognizes the interconnectedness of these dimensions and the importance of treating the whole person in the healing journey. Traditional healing practices often incorporate herbal medicine, rituals, and a strong emphasis on the role of community support, safeguarding cultural heritage. Safeguarding cultural heritage is paramount in African spirituality. Preserving and transmitting cultural knowledge, language, arts, and traditions ensures the continuity of our heritage and strengthens our sense of identity. By celebrating and sharing our cultural richness, we honor the legacy of our ancestors and contribute to the diversity of human culture. For those seeking a deeper connection to their roots, exploring African spirituality can be a profound journey of self-discovery and liberation. By embracing the teachings and practices outlined in this exploration, we can begin to heal old wounds, reconnect with our ancestors, and live more fulfilling and purpose-driven lives. Remember, this exploration is just the beginning. There's a wealth of knowledge and wisdom to be discovered within the various spiritual traditions of Africa. So go forth, ask questions, listen, learn, and allow the ancient wisdom of your ancestors to guide you on your path towards enlightenment and liberation.